However, the thing with Vograce is that there's a company called Popsicle. So let's talk a bit about how I feel right now. Hello, welcome back to another studio vlog. So it is Saturday. I don't know exactly what date it is. My shop update has been pushed back because of this package, and it was an unexpected package. I'm really excited to finally get it. So let's open this package together and then we'll talk more about it. A couple of weeks ago, there was a rep from a manufacturer in China that reached out to me on TikTok, and they sent me a message saying that they wanted to do a collaboration with me. They never told me that I had to review them, but they just asked that if I liked the outcome of the products, to please consider working with them in the future. I'll put the social media information and name of the company on the video here and in my description box if you're interested in looking at it. I don't know how to say the name of the manufacturing company, so I'm not going to try to say it because I know I'm going to butcher it. Let's take a look at the products. Oh, they didn't do what I wanted to do with this one, it seems. It is super wrapped up. Here is a Femi keychain. Well, I guess we can open this one because I accidentally tore the bag cutting it open. We have a Jackie keychain. So I'm gonna have to pull out a Vograce acrylic keychain and then we're going to take a closer look at it. Kind of sad that I accidentally tore the bag because I like reusing the packaging, but it's okay. I also made some acrylic coasters. This is a Mooncat coaster, and I already have a Mooncat coaster. I'm gonna talk about the designs and the manufacturing process more in a little bit. Oh, these are really easy to take off. That's not too bad. And then here is another coaster, but this time it is a bee flower and it has a curved edge. This is how the Femi keychain looks like. It has glitter epoxy on it. It is double-sided, front and back. And then the Jackie keychain is also double-sided with glitter epoxy on both sides. I have a heart key clasp and a star key clasp for Femi. The thing with Femi is that I had asked for them to do an extra cut hole here near his wand because I wanted to do something slightly fancy, but they didn't do it. I'm gonna talk about the process really soon. It is Wednesday, May 8th, and very late in the evening. It is 8:30 p.m. However, there's some things that I need to do, and there's other things I've been doing. Recently, I decided to go back and try doing anime art again. If you have been following me for a while, you know that when I started, I was doing both anime art and kawaii art, and eventually, I decided to stop doing anime art totally for personal reasons. If you want to know, you can read it on my Instagram. There's stuff that I post on Instagram that I don't post on YouTube or on TikTok, so if you're interested in just little extra content stuff from me, you can follow me on Instagram. But yeah, I decided to go back to doing anime art during my free time because my main focus is still going to be kawaii art. The thought of having two different art styles where I can switch in between seems like it would be really fun. For the past 2 days, I've been just going back to basics with anime art. I have been really enjoying the process. But now it's time to come back to reality. Gotta do some shop update stuff and prep and all that stuff. In the last clip I filmed, I was doing an unboxing. What I'm going to do is compare it to Vograce. So yeah, let's get started. This is one of my most popular keychains. It is my Bear and Bee keychain that I got done with Vograce. The front has glitter epoxy and the back is just plain. One of the first things I noticed is the different color glitter. Vograce uses gold glitter, while my Jackie and Femi ones have blue greenish glitter. Now I don't know if they color coordinate glitter, but I've always gotten gold glitter from Vograce, so I'm assuming that with the company I did the collaboration with, they're always going to use this bluish green glitter. You can see it better on Famey because Famey is just a good dark color, so you can see the sparkle of the glitter a lot better. Personally, I like gold glitter better. I like anything gold, that's why all my key classes are gold. But the blue and green glitter also looks very good. That's something to keep in mind, especially if you're very particular about colors. I don't mind the different color glitter. I think it matches the artwork that I sent them. I just think that gold glitter is neutral enough that it can literally go with almost anything. However, both companies' glitter is pretty fine, so it's not too overwhelming, which I always have loved from Vograce's keychain. But the collaboration company also did a really great job. Another thing I noticed is the difference between the holes. With Vograce, they usually do the outline of your artwork and then they would put the circle above that outline, whereas it seems like the collaboration company puts it inside of where it would be cut. The Vograce one is more of a full circle than this one. Also, that just makes Vograce's circle look thicker. My husband's opinion on this was that he felt that Vograce's would be more secure than the collaboration companies because the circle is more thick and higher than this one. The collaboration company's hole is bigger than the one from Vograce, like just the slightest bit bigger. Personally, I don't like how Famey's cut line looks like. I feel like it could have been more rounded. Other than that, I still really like it. So now we have the acrylic coasters. I made a bee flower coaster and a moon cat coaster. And I already have a moon cat coaster, but let me explain the reason why these two are coasters. So the moon cat and bee flower coaster were originally supposed to be foam grips. However, the thing with foam grips is that there's a company called PopSocket, which I'm sure a lot of you are aware of. And the thing with PopSocket is that they have a silicone base for their foam grip. And the base that I believe a lot of manufacturers use is a foam grip that looks very similar to PopSocket. So while I was debating about it, I was looking up a lot of other artists who had also done foam grips, and most of them have the foam grips that look like PopSocket's foam grips. I've also read that for some suggestions, people were like, oh, if you do end up getting that grip, don't take a photo of the side of your foam grip when you put it on Etsy or just sell in person and so on. And honestly, I'd rather not have to deal with that, because if I'm going to have a foam grip, I'm gonna show in my product listing how the foam grip looks like, because not only are there silicone ones, there are also plastic ones and so on that you can get. So because I didn't want to have to deal with that, I decided to turn them into acrylic coasters instead. Originally, the bee flower was an oval shape, and for the moon cat, I didn't want to turn it into a coaster. However, I didn't want to make another keychain because I had already decided on the Famey and the Jackie keychains. I didn't want to make a third keychain design. And I already have a moon cat coaster, but it's a totally different design. And this new one is related to the art print that I finished not too long ago. My husband said that he thinks the two designs are different enough that it would be okay to have a second moon cat coaster. And I have been wanting to make more acrylic coasters anyway. So yeah, that's why I have more coasters. So let's talk about the details on the coasters. First, let's talk about the bee coaster. Because I ended up turning into a coaster, I added this kind of scalloped circle around it. And I did that because I wanted to test how the collaboration company did the scalloped like edges. This is a mirrored image, so I don't really know how I feel about some of these cuts, especially on top here. The reason why I did that was because the collaboration company is working with multiple artists at the moment. There was a review on Instagram and TikTok where an artist says they really liked the roundness of how their acrylic keychain turned out. Although it turned out okay, I just don't like the cut lines here. For the moon cat coaster, I love how the cut lines turned out for this one. The only thing about it, and it's on me, not on them, is that I wish I would have brightened it up a little bit. However, the color palette that I used is the same color palette that I used for the special brew art print, and it is already a more muted color palette. However, it still looks okay. When it comes to the print quality of these acrylic products, for me they look totally fine. However, in other reviews that I have looked at, other artists have said that it's a bit pixelated. I think it works for my artwork because my artwork is textured, so I don't think I noticed the pixelation as much as those who have a more smooth artwork, so that's something to keep in mind. Now let's talk about the manufacturing process that I went through with the collaboration company. I was first contacted on TikTok, and then when I messaged them on TikTok, they wanted to move all DMs to Instagram, which is totally fine. And then they showed me the products that they produced, and they were telling me that I could choose whatever product that they produced to try for the collaboration. So I checked their Alibaba and I checked their Instagram. Now the thing that I thought was just a little bit weird was that there are some things that are on Instagram that they showcase that it's not available on their Alibaba. I would think that everything that could be offered would be on the Alibaba website. So for example, they show that they do phone grips on social media, but when you go onto their Alibaba, the phone grips aren't on there. Also, they do custom magnetic bookmarks on Alibaba, but they don't show it on Instagram. I think that they do their order process through Instagram, which was a new experience for me because usually it is done through email. However, I didn't hate it. And communication with the rep usually was around 11 p.m. my time because of course this company is located in China and there's the time differences. So around 11 p.m. they were active, and I would usually be able to get a response for them in a very timely manner, if not the same day, then the next day. Now the manufacturing process is a lot different to Vograce's. One of the things that the collaboration company does that I thought was really cool is that they print your artwork onto the acrylic and then they send you a picture to confirm the colors. And I confirmed them all the first time. What I liked better with Vograce is that Vograce does a digital mock-up and it shows you the cut lines, where the holes are, how many pieces you ordered, what type you ordered, and so on. And I think I appreciate that one more because with the collaboration company, I didn't know how the cut lines were going to be, because once you confirm how the colors look on the acrylic, they go ahead with the manufacturing process. So this also means that if you forgot to reverse the text, then this means that you're going to get a acrylic keychain with reversed text on it, which is something that happened to another artist that collaborated with them. I provided a sheet with instructions on it, showing them what kind of key class I wanted. For Famey, I asked if they could put in additional hole, and because I didn't have the mock-up, I didn't get a chance to ask them about it again, so I could only assume that they knew what I was talking about. And then with the acrylic coasters, it's not a big deal, but I had asked it to be single-sided and they made them double-sided, which is totally fine. That just means that I get 2 chances to see which side is better and then use the side that's best. So yeah, when it comes to that stuff, I prefer Vograce's method better because it gives you a second chance to confirm everything before the manufacturing process starts. With the collaboration company, this was the first time I ever did double epoxy resin keychains. I have never done it with Vograce, so I can't say anything about Vograce's quality, but I love how the double-sided resin feels, and I might consider it more for the future. The next time the rep spoke to me was when they finished up the manufacturing, so most of the stuff was already in bags, they're wrapped up, except for the acrylic coaster, so I could see how they looked like. Because the Famey keychains were already in a bag and wrapped up, I couldn't tell if they had put in the extra hole or not, but it was just something I wanted to try to see if I got it or not, and I didn't get it. And then the same day, like not even 30 minutes later, they asked for my address, and then also not too long after that, I got a tracking number for my package, which I really appreciate. Let me get my bullet journal because I wrote the timeline on there. Okay, so on April 12th, I was contacted by the rep who goes by Craft on social media. And then on April 15th, I sent in the artwork. And then on the 16th, they showed me a photo proof on their acrylic. And then on the same day, I confirmed that it was okay. On April 25th, I gave them my address and they showed me a video of all the products, and then they also provided the tracking for me on the same day. And then I received my package on May 4th. So it wasn't too bad. Now I'm going to start looking at the products more closely. I'm going to fix up their coasters by putting the cork backings on them. I'm also going to check the epoxy on the keychains, because sometimes when you get epoxy resin keychains, they end up getting scratched up from being in transit or whatever. You can simply fix that by using a long lighter, the ones that you use to light up a barbecue, and it'll clear that up. Let's get started. Let's talk a bit about how I feel right now while I'm feeling the way that I'm feeling. So as you guys have seen, I've been working on the keychains, especially the Femi keychains. Had to change the key classes to the other star key classes that I had, because the ones that they came with, most of them did not turn. Some people might not care about that, but I care about that. It's a very useful function to have. It was just so awkward to put the keychain down and not have it lay flat and nicely like they usually do. So that's just a little something. It's not like that big of a deal. And then I inspected and went over the resin with the lighter like I always do with every keychain order. I thoroughly inspect them. I look at them harder than a lot of other people probably do. So when I was first checking the Femi keychains, it was like under the daylight, so I didn't see as much. But then when I put them away, I forgot to write B grade on the back of the backing card for the B grade that I have found. So I took the B grade out to write it, and then I saw some other things on the keychain that I didn't see before, because now I have this lamp on and it's like getting darker and the light here was working a lot better. I took a video of a keychain where on one side of the design there's like a little something inside of the keychain that kind of made it look like it was going back and forth when I was tilting and moving the keychain. I don't know what that is. And I had to super make sure that I was just not imagining things. I had to make sure that it wasn't in the same spot every time I moved it. And I found another keychain that was like that for Famey. From inspecting them again from under the light, out of 16 Famey keychains, half of them are A grade, half of them are B grade. Some of the resin is not applied as nicely. Usually when there's stuff on top of the resin, like scuffs or scratches or anything, you can easily remove that with a lighter. This one in particular, get this one, don't get any other ones because the other ones are too strong. For quite a few of the keychains, I couldn't get those scuffs and scratches off. I also rubbed my fingers over it, and I also rubbed the microfiber cloth on top of it to make sure that it wasn't some kind of sticky residue, because if it was, then it would come off fairly easily, but it was not. So it was just kind of weird to me, because for Vograce keychains it's usually not that much work. But then again, these are double-sided resin, whereas for Vograce I've never done double-sided resin, and just from this experience alone, I know that in the future I'm not going to do double resin. I'm just going to stick to front resin epoxy keychains. It's because I really look through every single thing. I check almost every inch of the keychain, like more than I probably need to, but I still do it anyway. I don't know how to explain, like when resin doesn't set correctly or there's something wrong with the resin, it has some kind of cloudiness to it, and there was some of that on most of the B grade keychains. A few of the A grades have it, but it's not as much as the B grades. But yeah, it's just, I feel like I haven't gone anywhere. I have 4 jackies down, and I think most of those are already B grades. So yeah, I'm going to take a break, and I might call it a day because I'm kind of getting frustrated and my eyes are getting heavy from doing this and having to re-inspect and re-look at everything. I honestly do not feel like looking through the rest of these. Usually I just push through and it's totally fine, but this time I just can't do it. I know if I keep doing it, I'm just not going to be in the best mood later, so it's better to stop now. So yeah, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. There's 2. I think there's another cover on here. Does the other side? No, this other side is glossy and this side is matte. So this one has another. So because these are double-sided, I'm just going to choose the side that looks the best and then cover the other side with this. This is a self-adhesive cork. So this is a way to keep the coaster from moving when you're using it. It's exactly the same size as the image, so I'm going to try my best to put it on there the best way as possible. For the B, it's going to be a little bit bigger because these are 3.75 inches and then the coaster is 4 inches. For the B, it's not an exact circle, so it's going to show a little bit, but I didn't want to buy a whole other set. So yeah, let's keep doing this. So far, I have found that these products are requiring a little bit of extra maintenance. I just realized from one of the coasters that I just did, some of the sides are sticky, and it also have the shavings of the plastic that's protecting it on them. When I did my other coasters, I didn't have that problem, but some of the sides are pretty bad, so I have to make sure I go around and clean it the best I can. This is taking a lot longer than I thought. I ended up finishing the acrylic coasters. For the most part, the acrylic coasters were okay. They were much better than the resin acrylic keychains, and that's mostly because they were double-sided. If the collaboration company didn't print on both sides, I would have had a lot more B grades. I ended up having only one B grade of each coaster design, which I'm very happy about. And then for the keychains, I haven't really touched them since I spoke about them earlier in the vlog. I'm still kind of stressed about them, and I'm just gonna leave them until later on this week. Before I do product photos, I'm gonna take a look at them again. I'm planning to get in contact with the collaboration company to tell them some of my concerns that have been brought up in the studio vlog, and I'll see what they say about that. I'm just gonna stick with Vograce for now. I've been mostly happy with my products that I've made with them. That'll be it for this studio vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!